Oh, look, my good side. Ready to go, sir?
Okay. All right, guys, good evening. Welcome to our weekly Thursday evening auction after the holiday. So we should be moving forward on a regular basis. All right. Keep in mind, everything the auction is sold out for regular owners, in which case they be entitled to a little salvage. Cars are coming with keys, they don't charge for the started vehicle. We will pass that charge along to you. So it should be put up there in the right hand column, okay? All right, let's see here. First panel, so once we see sold on the car, guys, we get up the window here and start completing the transaction, okay? Except for you, Johnny. Okay, especially you, Johnny. You know better. You might, I don't know, I hope not. Okay. As far as payment goes, we will take your cash, we will take MasterCards, Visa, and debit cards, as long as those cards in your name, the registered bidder, okay? All right, as far as releasing cars tonight, guys, as you can see, we are definitely jam-packed here. We've had a rough week. So we'll do our best to get your car out tonight. If we can't get it out tonight, you can come back tomorrow between the hours of 8 and 12 noon, and we will release vehicles, okay? All right. No 10-day heads today. I didn't see any out there, so we should be good on that one, all right? Okay, I think I pretty well covered the do's and don'ts. If I forgot anything, I'll remind you as we roll through here. Don't forget, we sell everything that says it's condition. No guarantees, warranties of any kind, either express or implied, as to the rate, the model, the year, the color, or anything else. What you see is what you get. That's why we have inspection time, okay? You have a question? 124? No problem. Okay. All right. I think we're good. All right, here we go. Here's number one. Here's a 2013 Beamer. It's one model. Ford on, model advantage, trigger run, salvage title advantage, we'll go 1,000. 1,000? Now 11. How about 11 here? Now I got 1,000 right here, 11. How about 11 here, 11, where half? A quarter, half. Now 75. And 75. That way, yeah. How about 1,075, 75, 75, 75 here, 11, a quarter. A quarter, sir, 11 right here. How about a quarter online, now hand, another hand, 75, 1175, 1175, 11 and a half here. 1175, 1200 down in a quarter. How about 12 and a quarter? How about 12 and a quarter and a quarter down here, a quarter and a quarter down here, nice silver time right here. For $2,100, 166 is the winner, right? Here we got 100 on the front. All right. I got time to go here. Distance is half from your home. That's all. How about $500? 5, 3, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 75, 4 and a quarter, no half, that's 75. How about 75? $500 and a quarter here, need a quarter. I got 5 on site, 5 1/4. I'm a 5 1/4 down here where a quarter past 75 and 6. D6, another quarter, and a quarter here, 6 1/4, 6 1/4 650. Your turn. 6.5. And now 75, now 7. How about 7? Hey, it's your turn again. How about 7? But 7, you're going to give me 700. You're going to go 7, 7 down here. Nice sort of thing. For 675, number 8 is the winner. Right, here we go. Here comes the away key combo. Right, forward on, the manage. You check your down, say you're going to give me about that. How about 6 of the bottom? He says 3, 3 1/4, 3.5. I got a half, 75. And now 4, now 4. And a quarter, I got 4 here, and you got 40, guys. How about 4 1/4, okay, and a half, and 75. How about 475, minus 4.5. How about 475, 500. How about 5, 475 on line, 5, where's the other? 5 1/4. How about quarter? I got 5 on site, 5 1/4. How about for the whole part? 5 1/4, okay, and a half, 75. How about 75? There go by 75, 600. How about 6 1/4? And a quarter back on site at 6, 6 1/4. How about 6 1/4 and a quarter here, 6 1/4, quarter right here, and we have silver tank. $600, but my number 8 is there, number 4. So, hey, you CT40 model guys, quarter on the manage, figure it out, we go to the 9. On the 9, you said 3, wow, 3 1/4. Not a 3 1/4 half. I got a hand play, you pick up at 50, 50, 50, he's taking a quarter here. $175, not over, $400, you need 4, not 40, and a hand over 50, you gotta go 50, 50, 450, and 75, 5. How about 5 here, we need 5, 475, 5, now a quarter, and a quarter, 5 is over here. How about where you go? 5 1/4, quarter and a half, 75, now 6, not quarter, a quarter, why not? How about 6 1/4 online, now half, hey, connected. How about 6.5? Hey, 6 1/4. How about 650, 50, so 10, 625, number 6 divided, okay, fine. Here's number 5, here we go with an own house. Right, 400 minutes, figure it out. Here, 9 bucks, 5 from us. 3, 3 1/4, half, 75, 4, and a quarter. And a half, 75, and 5 1/4, and a half, 5 1/2, here, 50, 75, 6 1/4, and a half, and 75, and 7 1/2, and 8, and a 8, and 7 1/2, sitting down. 8, no half, no 9. How about 9, right here, no half. How about a half, no 1,000, and 1,000, there, no half. How about a half, no 11, no 11. How about 11, 10 and a half right here, I need 11, no half, no 12, 12 and a half, 13 and a half, 13 and a half, 14, 14, don't hesitate, just a bit. I got 13 and a half at the back, 14, how about 14, no half, 14, 15, 15, how about 15, gonna go 15, 1500, gonna go 15, no half, and 16, 16, how about 16, minus 15 and a half. How about 16? I'm going to be 16, 16 down here, nice, a little bit back at 15, 50, 15, 50. Charles, what's your number there? 140 is the winner right here. Number 6 is a 2012 Science TC model. To go on the manage to the run of the Sunday table, guys. Okay. What's going on with the computer? Okay. The last one. We're good? Okay, here we go. The 2012 Science TC model down at 1,000. We're over 1,000. Good time to start. You're on time? 6. How about 600, 600, here, 500, 50, 50, 600, 50, 700, 50. 7 1/2. And 50, hey, it's your turn. I can't tell what you're doing. I got 7 up there. 7 1/2, 8. 8 and a half. How about a half? 58's over here. 8, 150 right here. 9, 875. How about 875? 8.5 over here. 875, 875, 75, 75 here, and I sold it 10 for 850 numbers. And let's see, no, it's 125, 125 is about it. Here's number 7. Here we go, the 2016 Ford Honda managed to the right. Also comes an $80 key charge, okay? And here we go. Who would have found some bucks? How about I'm gonna go 5 grand? That's too much. I got 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13. How about 13? Money's 12. How about 13? We're gonna go 13, 13, and 14, and 15. How about 15? We're gonna go 15. Money's over there at 14, 15 over here. 16, 17, 16, 17. 17, you're all off. How about half now? 17. How about 17? She's not there. 16 and a half.
17 on
17 online. Now, huh? 17 and a half. And over here, 18. How about 18? Now, huh? 18 has a 50. And a 50, 19. How about 19? You're out. How about 19? 19 online. Now, huh? 19, 50. And a 50 headed to turn. Now, 2 grand. How about you're going to go? Mom's 19 and a half. I'll take 2,000. How about 2,000 to go? We're going to get 2 grand. Now, huh? 2,050. What do you say? How about 2,050, 50, you're gonna go 50, 2,050, 50, 100 here, 21 another. How about 21, 21, right? How about 21, no, we sold it, 10, 2,050 online, okay? Number 8, here comes an week, let's say, for the administrator right here, he was, what's on that one, 5, 6. How about 6, year and a half, I need 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I am 2 grand, use 19. I did 2, now 1, 21, 21, your turn. 21, 22. How about 2? One is 21, 22. You're gonna go, huh? How about 21, 50? You're gonna go 50, 50. Now 2, 22. What do you say? 22. Anybody else? At 40. Charles, gonna be 22? Now, huh? How about 22 and a half? I got 22. 2,250. And at 50, 50, I'm gonna go 50, left 50 down here, 9 and a half, now 3, 23. How about 23 now, huh? How about 2,315? Gonna go 50, come on, let people do what it is, let's get on. 2,350, 50, and 50, and I sold it 10 on site. At 2,300, 23, 140, is that it? Buyer, 145. Here's the 9, here comes an old 5 on the on the administrator around here, 80 bucks a charge, 80, what do you say? About 800, how about 800? He said, "Crazy, you're gonna go over house 75. How about 375? We're gonna go 75, 400 and a quarter. And a half, 450, 450, 75, 5, and a quarter, and a half, now 75. And now 6. How about 6? How about 600 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half? How about a half? 650, 50 goes your both up, 6 and a half here, 7 and a quarter and a half. And 75, 775, 775, 800. You want 8? And a quarter? How about quarter, 825, who's standing up here? How about 825, 825, 825, and I sold it, $800. So what's your number again? 6, you got it. 636, higher here is number 10, out on the court, right? Yeah. All right, and salvage title here. All right, fine, they gonna give me about 1,000. What's that, 4 grand? 4 No? 400. 500. 4 and a quarter, then what the fuck is that? 4 and a half. 4 and a half, why not? Half, 75, no 5. 5 and a quarter. I got 5 on site, need a quarter, guys. How about 5 and a quarter, and a quarter here, and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter down here, we have sort of time. 500, number 8 is mine, okay? And here's that, right, here we go, Right, 400 minutes, figure it out, 8 bucks. On that, 4, you said 3, wow. How about 3 figure it out, 75, you're gonna go 75, each 3.5. 3, 75, 400 and a quarter. And the quarter and a half, and 2, 75, and a 5 and a quarter. And a quarter and a quarter, 3 and a half, now 75. How about 75, money's 5.5 over here. How about 575? You're gonna go 75, 75, right here, now 6, and a quarter, now half, 6.5, 75. And 75 cents, 700, and a quarter, 7.25, 7.5, and 75, 75, 775, 7.5 here. How about 775, 75 down here, and I'm gonna sell it 10. For 750, we'll put on number 8, oh, right, 4 on, that is 8, I'm sure you're right, too, hey, and, how about 5 bucks, you said 3 and a quarter. A quarter, half, 75, 4, and a quarter. And a half, 75, 500 is another silver, and a quarter and a half. How about 5.5, 75? How about 75, 6, 600 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter. And now 6.5, yeah, or 75. How about 75, wrong side, 6.5. 675, now 7. How about 7? 675 here, on mine. How about 7? Gonna go 7, gonna go 7 down here, 7 and a quarter. And a quarter, 7 right here. How about 7 and a quarter? How about 7 and a quarter? Now half, 7.5, 75. 775, 7.5 over here. How about 775, 75, and we sold it 10. 750 to 1.24, okay? Here we go, here's number 13, 13, that's all. Right, 400, what do you do? Again, get 5, 3 a quarter. 3 a quarter for now. How about 3 a quarter and a half, 50, and a 50, 50, and about 50, 350, 350, it's not good, it's 10, so. And 3 and a quarter, number 6, okay? 15, there's a nice here, 350 is top. That's all. Just a small one. Hey, here we go. I'm gonna take that up. I'm gonna take that on, 400 out of 3 a quarter, 3.5. I'm about 350, 350, 350, what do you say, 3 a quarter. I'm about 3.5, we sold it. At 325, number 6, right here, 15, $1, and 84 on the quarter. All right, 400 men, figure it around, what do you do? How about 3 a quarter, you're in at 3 a quarter. No, chicken. How about 350, 50, 350, 350, 50, 350, something. 325, we'll put them on number 6, 6 to 1. It's a 2,000. The man, 800. How about 800 bucks? 300, 400, 400, 500, 600. And they'll say, and then how many here, they give me half, 7.5, 7's over here. How about 750, 50, and a 50 and a quarter, now half. And a half, and a half, 50, 50, 7 a quarter, on mine. A half, now 75, now you're all off. How about 75, 800, now we. How about 800, 800, now quarter, 825, one is 825. How about 825 and a half, 850. Hey, 150, 50, and 850, what do you say? 850, and we sold a tank for 825 online, 17 cars. This is the one on your paper, right? Before, pretty good one. Hey, what are you gonna do here? I'm gonna send. I'm gonna play a card. I'm gonna play a quarter and a half. Now, what do you say? How about 3.5? I'm 3.25. How about 350, 50, 350, so the thing, 325, number 60, so one there, it's already gone, what you do? Here's number 18.
So those are impounded cars. You gotta.
Hey guys, you gotta stay off those cards, okay? Thank you, appreciate it. Those don't belong to us, they belong to the previous owner.
I'm sorry, 325, number 6?
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Here's number 18, 2021, what do you say here? A little minor scratch. Hey, give me, you fix that, up and on, right? How about $1,000, $500? How about 5, 3 and a quarter, 3.5, 75? How about 75? Pay you 75 over and a quarter, now half, 75. And 5, and a quarter by 25. That quarter and a half, 75, 6, and a quarter and a half. 64, 75, 7 and a half, now 8 and a half. 8 and a half, right here, now 9, now half. And a half, and 1,000 and a half, and 11 and a half. And a half, and a half, and a half, 12 and a half. How about 12 and a half? He's in at 12. 12 and a half there. 13? How about 13? What did I say? 13. Now, how? You're too slow. I got 13. 13 and a half. 14? How about 14 and a half? 14, 15. You put the second one right here. 15. Now, half. I got a half. I got 15 outside. How about 1,550? 1,550, 50, 50. And we have half. 16 and a half. 17. How about 17? You both off. So you 16 and a half. 17. Now, half. And 18. How about 18? No half. Now 19. But 19. How about 19 and a half? And 2 grand. How about 2 grand? 2 grand. Yes or no? Don't slow bid, okay? I'm tired of slow bidding. 2 grand. Now half. Now 1. 21. Now half. 21 and a half. 21's here. The red hat. 21 and a half. No, I got 21. Okay, fine. How about 21, 50, and 50, and 50, and I sold it there. 2,100, okay, fine. Notice enough? Get about us. Hey, 131 to buy. Okay. 1,005. Slam. $4 managed to the run, salary stipend, 800. They had a, hey, pretty good one. They had around $400. Who said 375 for? And a quarter. And a quarter goes over here. How about 4 and a quarter? And a quarter to a half, 75. And a half, 75, 500. How about 5? We gotta go 500 and a quarter. How about 5 and a quarter? 5 here, do the quarter back. How about 5 and a quarter here, half, 50, gotta go 50, 55, 50, what do you say? How about 5, 50, 75, gotta go 75, 575. How about 575, 575, 575, bring it over there. 550, all right, you got it. There you go, next one, 20. 13, hey, thank you. I already find public in there, guys. How about $900? $900. She said, please, 3 and a half. I got a half, 75, 400, $1,400, and a half, 75, and 5, $500, and a quarter, and a half, and a half, and 75, $600, give me 6, and a quarter, and a half. How about 650, 75, 75, no 7, and a quarter, and a quarter, 7 here, use a quarter. How about 7 and a quarter, yes or no? How about 7 and a quarter and a half? I do. How about 7 and a half pounds? And that's 75, 800. And 775 here. How about 8 and a quarter and a half? 8 and a half, 75. 8 and a half on line, 875. How about 875? Okay, 19, 900, 19. How about 9? Be 9, 9 and a quarter, 925. 9 here, need a quarter. That players, if you want to bid, let's click your mouse, let's go. My beer's getting hot. Sold at $900 online, okay? Yes, 300. Right here, hey, she said, take it a quarter. Not quarter, half. How about 250? You gotta go 50, 50 now, 75. How about 4? But 4 and a quarter, no half, 450, you gotta go 50, 50, why not? How about 450, 50, 450, 450 now, 75, 4 and a half here. 75, 5, 500, 475, 5, not 40. And a quarter, guys, I have 5 on site, 5 and a quarter. How about 5 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter here, just over 9, so the time. $500 for the number 1. Yes, sir. It's you, you're down to 20, 14. Over how many, figure it around, and you got 9. How about $900? I got 4, that's in better, 4 and a half. Now 5, and a half, and 6, and a half, and 7, and a half, and 8, and a half, 8 and a half, and 9, now half. How about half? 58 more things about, so I got 9 here. How about 975? See the better. 1,000. 1,000. That's all. Half. 75. 75. What do you mean? No 11? No 40? I got 11 here. Need a quarter. 11 here. Need a quarter. How about 40 and a half? 75. 11.75. 11 and a half. 11.75. 11.75. 11 and a quarter. How much 12 and a quarter? Money's 12, guys. How much 12 and a quarter in the quarter here? We have quarter, half, and a half, he's 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, 75, 12, 75. See? Said yes? What do you mean by? So, I'm lying. 12, 50, okay, fine. Here we go, this is the 23. 2015, how you got that income? NKT, there you go. All right, 84 to 100 down, straight around here, 150 on the key charge, guys, okay? Those wrong too. I need someone to give me 1,000. 1,000? 1,000, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What do you mean, no? He's not scared. I got 14, 15, 14 and a half. 14, I got 14 already. He's 14. 14 and a half. You're 14. You want to raise your own rate? 40. Now half. Hey, now it's your turn. Half. Now 75. 14.75. He's 14 and a half. 14.75. 14.75. On line. 15 and a quarter and a half. He's a quarter and a half. 1500, 15, no 75. 15.75. 16 and a half. He's thinking, I get 16 and a half. Yes, no, sold that right there. For 16.50, bottom number. Guys, what's your number there? 16 and a half. Sir? What's your number? 101. Thank you, sir. 101. Let's see here, 99, Lexus ES 300, guys, right? Quarter hot advantage, straight around here, the lead time is up. I got 3, quarter, 3 and a half. I got 350 on the Lexus side, 3 and a half. 3 and a half, 75. 375, this is it. 3 and a half, 375, 75, 4, now a quarter. And a quarter to your beat a quarter on the Lexus, I have 4, on mine, 4 and a quarter. A quarter, now, 75. How about 75? We're gonna go 475, 475. How about 75? How about that go? No quarter. How about quarter, guys? I have 5 here. You need a quarter. A quarter. No 75. How about 575? We're gonna go 75. Now 6. How about 600? We're gonna do 600 now, but no 6. 575, 600, 600, and no quarter. I got 6. He's stuck in here. 6 and a quarter. How about 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, and a quarter here, 6 and a quarter, then we're going to sell it for $600, number 140. Here's 50,000, 80K, and here, fight there. How much? 1,000? No, that turned him off right away, didn't it? How about 5 and a quarter?
I got 5 online.
I got 5, 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half, 5 and a half, 75. How about 75? And now 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, and a half, and a half. Okay, 6 and a quarter. How about 650 now? 75, 675, and now 7. 7 and a quarter, 7, 7 and a quarter, and now a half, 75, now 8 and a quarter, and a quarter, 825, 825, and a half. 850, 825 and a half, 75 down, 100 down, and a quarter and a half. How about 100 down, 75, 1,000, and a down to a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter. You need half, 10 and a quarter, how about 10 and a half, 75, 11, how about 1100, not quarter here, 11 quarter, not half. How about 11 and a half, 11 and a quarter, 1150. I'm up to 50, no 75, 1175, 500. How about some of the round, the tall and the quarter, on the side of 12, need a quarter. A quarter, half, over a half, over a half, come quick division, half, 75. 12.75. You get hurt on one of those anyways. How about 12.75? 12.75, 13, what do you say? 13 and a quarter, 13, 2, you need a quarter, and a quarter, in a round. So time online for 1300, okay? Number 26. Here's an 02, hey, he's on maximum power. Order how to manage, take it right here, give me pieces 3 right here, and a quarter half, 75, and a quarter, $400, and forward, and a quarter, and a half, and a 75, and 5, and a half, and 6, and a half, 657, 750, and a 58, 800, now read, 7 and a half in a bag, need 8, how about 75, 775, gonna go 75 here, now read, 800, 8, now a quarter, 825. How about a 25 weeks in the back row? How about a 25 and a half? 850, 50, that's 75, they 9. How about 9? How about 9? How about 9? He's 875. And the $900, 900, yes, so and I saw him over here. For 875, 117, 117 here. 2014, here it is. Right, quarter, how do you what do you say? How about pound to go? Economy car, 3 and a quarter half. 3 and a half, 75. And 4, and a half, and 5, and a half, and a half, and 6, and a half, now 7, and a half, right here. Now we 800, now half, 8 and a half, now 9. I have 9, now half, 1 and a half, now 1,000, now half. I got a half, now 11, 1100, how about 11? How about 11? 10 and a half here, I need 11 here, 75.
11 and a quarter. You want 11 and a half?
I got 11 and a half over here, 11.75, now 12, and a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, so a half, and 75, 13, how about 13, now a quarter, now a half, 13, 50, and 75, 14, are you ready? Now a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, 14, 50, 75, 15, 15, now a half, and a half, 16. How about 16 and a half, 17, gotta be 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 18. How about 18, is that a yes? 18? You watch it, and a half, 18 and a half, 19. How about 19? You're gonna go 19 on line, and a half, 19 and a half and 2. How about 2? You're gonna get 2 grand. How about 2? You're gonna go, you're gonna get 2, you're gonna get 2 pounds and dollars and here, and I. Silver thing right here for 1950, 50, 41, 41, the one right here, here, another one model. I got 100, you said, how about we got quarter and a half? 75 and 4. How about 4? You're gonna get $400. And now a quarter, 425, 4 and a half. I got a quarter, what do you think? 4 and a half? We got 3 guys, 4 and a quarter. Any help? 4 and a half? Well, so here, 425 online, okay? 29. Number 29 is another. All right, guys, hold on, straight along, what are we gonna do here? How about then, what about, how about 30, 40, that's 40, that's what we do, we're gonna call it, what do we say? We're gonna call it, is he good? Good? We're gonna call it? Who is good? We're gonna call it. Well, I have 2 here, 2 and a quarter? You got 3, so it's $300. Number 6 to win, 6 to win the game. All right, let's settle that. Here's number 30. All right, 27 miles, that's 7, right? For, hey, this $80 each charge. All right, we got 1,000. How about 5 then? Give me $500, that price. How about $500? 5, 6, 7. How about 7, 6 and a half? How about 650 right here, and that's 7. How about 7 here? How about 675? 675, 6 and a half here. 675, 75, so that's 650 online, right here. week, off at 70. Right? Here, he gets some. And 800. How about this? Three. How much they get over half? I got a half, 75, and a quarter, and a half, and 5, and a half, and 6, and a half, and 7, and a half, 7 and a half, and 8, and a half, is 8, 8 and a half, how about 9, and a half, and 1,000, and 1,000, now a half, now 11, and a half, now 5, now half, how about 12 and a half, 13, now a half, I got 8 is 13, 13 and a half. How about 1,350, 50, 14 and a half, and 15 and a half. Back to you. 15 and a half, 16, 16 and a half, 17. How about 17? What do you get 17? No, 17 and a half, 17 and a half. I have 17 over here. How about 17? How about 18? 18, gonna be 18, 18, how about 18? Yes, no. So we'll say 17, 51, 53, all right, 42 is 21, check. So, you lost, huh? How much? 1,000? 2? 2,000? 21, 2, 21 and a half, 22, 22, money's 21 and a half, 22. No? 2, 2 and a half, you said, yeah, 2 and a half, 3, 23, I got 22 and a half on that side. 23 on one, now a half, now 4. How about 24? You gotta get 4, now a half, now 5, 25, on line, now half. 25 and a half, 25, 50, 25 and a half, 6 and a half, and 7. How about 7, 27, now half, now 8, 28. How about 28, now half, 9. How about 9, now half, 3, 3 grand, 31, 32, 32, 3, 33, 1 is 32, 34, 5, 6, 6, 7. How about 37? He's 36 over here, 7 here. Now 8. How about 38? I'm on 38, 39. 39, 4 grand. How about 4? You get a 4? How about the times and times 84, 80, so the time? At 3,900 online. 39. So you know how to manage it. 4. You must have read it. I'm trying to sell. I got 4, 4 and a half. How about 450? 450, 50, no 5, 5, no half, no 6 and a half, 6 and a half, no 7. How about 7? You get me 7, 1, 6 and a half, 7. How about 675? You go 75, 75, 9, 70, you want it. 659, 659. You know, you want to be 49, 7. Just and the line here is 4, here. All right, hey, who are the time? My gosh, I'm not here. He's a watch down. It's okay. It's a collision ticket. Okay, fine. Hey, give me about 500. How about 5 bucks? How about 5? 5, 3 and a quarter. I got 3 and a quarter, half, 350. Down to 50, 50, you're gonna go 53, 50 for the whole car. How about 350, 50, 50, 350, 75, and a 4. How about 4? Minus 375, take 4. How about 4? You're gonna go 400, 409. So 375, number 4 divided. 4 is 35. Do something here, guys. Ready? 4, how about 3 and a half? 3 and a half, 4 and a half, and 5 and a half. How about 5 and a half, 6? It'll be 6, now a half, now 7, now a half. How about 7 and a half? We 7 here, 7 and a half, now we, and now we 75. 75, money 7 and a half, 775. How about 74, 75? Now E, 800. You get 75? 8, okay, and a quarter, and a half. And 75, 875, 8 and a half in the middle here. 875, see, 875, 9, and a quarter. How about quarter, 925? Hey, watch me, put your phone away. 925 and a half. 9.5, 975, 975. He knows how it works. 9.5 there. 975, 75, and I sold it. Time for 950, 950, 65, 965, 96, 36 is the next one. It's on the 2018. Hey, how much you guys? Automatic, what do you do? Who got a thousand? Thousand, there. How much level is it again? You got in the 1200. How much 12? He's 11, now 12, 13, now 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You ran a line, now 1, and 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, and 3 and a half, 4 and a half, and 5 and a half. 25, 6 and a half, and 7 and a half, and 8 and a half, and 9 and a half. We ran 31, 32, 32, 31, 32, 32, 33, now 4, on the 34, 35, and 6, 36, 37, on site, 36, 37, 38, 39, 39, 39, over here, 4 grand, and 4, now 1, 41, what the reason? 41, I got 4 grand here. How about 41, get it up, so, that's 4 grand online, 4,000 online, here's number 37, number 38, Cadillac. That's the rich guy. Hey, what do you see? So how about 500 bucks? Number 5, 4, 4.5. I got 450, 50, 50, I do. And the 450 here, quarter, 1 half. How about quarter, now half, now 75. And 75, no 5, no quarter. How about find the quarter pounds over here, find the quarter. How about find the quarter, and the quarter, 3 and a half, no 75. How about 75, we're gonna go by 75, by 75, what do you say? How about 75, and I sold the tank. That $515 from the number, can buy a heater. It's not question. I have 400 minutes to go to 1,000. 400 to go, he says 3, 3 to 40. How about 3 to 4, and the 4, and the 50, 50, 50, 75, not 4. How about 4 here and 4, 34, not 40, and no half. How about a half, 4 and a quarter, half. No 75, no 5. How about 5, we go 500, 75, 75. How about 5, 500, 500 here, and I sold a 10. 4, 75, number 10, the winner, here's number 2. Right? Out of the man, straight to the run, he says 5, 5 and a quarter. Yeah. 3 grand, 3, no, 300, 3, 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter? How about 3 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, down to the line, sold a 10. So we're gone, man. Sold a 10. 300 bucks, number 8 to buy, number 8 to buy. All right, hey, you seem to lose, man. What's up? All right, here. There's a low line, price to time country. Right, to the right, the southern side of God, take it to the 800. Number 8 about 3 again, 3 and a quarter. Number 3 and a quarter, half, 350, and no 50, 50, 3 and a quarter, 350, 350, 75. How about 75? How much they're gonna have here? 75, 4. How about 4 here, 4 here, 75, 4, and the 4, the 400, and I. 4, but 3, 75, divided 6. 41, what's that? 3 stop. Right? 400 men, what do we do with content? What's the content? How about 1,000 bucks? 500 bucks. 3, 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter here? 3 is 5 and a quarter. Half. I got 50, now 75, 75, 4. How about 4? You gotta go 4, and a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, and a half. And 75, 5, 500. How about 5? A quarter, 525, but a 50, now 75, no 6. How about 6? A quarter, 625. And a half, 650, 75, you go 75, so 75, 7. How about 7? You're gonna go 700, and a quarter, 7 a quarter, now half. How about 50? I'm gonna go 50, 50, 50, 50 down here, and I silver 10. 725, number 140 years ago. Right here is number 42. Here's a 3,000. One time we killed the guy beside that, okay? That's what we got. All of that, what about 800? How much they got a lot? He said 3.5. Not 4. How about 4? Money's 3.5, 4. How about 4? How about 5? We did 4? 4? No, huh? 4.5, 5? How about 5? We're gonna go 5, 475. Now 5, and a quarter, and a quarter, now half, 5.5, 75. 575, 6 and a quarter. And a quarter, you guys are all off. All right, 6 on mine, 6 and a quarter here, 6.5. Now 75. Now 7. How about 7? Where are you going to go? 700. Hey, I got 675, 7 here, and I 610. 675. He's number 1. Let's see, which number you guys want? 166, you got it. 166. 44 is up next. There's an old third base. Right? Yeah. Then here we go. Find the right. 5, 4, 4, 4, 4.5. I do. How about 450, 50, 54 and a quarter? He's in the quarter now. High 75. How about 75? About 5, 500 and a quarter, 525 and a half. And a half, 75, what was 75? 75. How about 75? You said yeah. 75, 6 and a quarter. I got 6 outside. How about 6 and a quarter? Yes, sir. 6 years. Need a quarter, guys. How about 6 and a quarter? 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, down here on my phone. $600 number 4. 600 is about it. Yeah. All right, that was one. Function here. All right. Hey, what we say here? Hey, gonna get 500? How about 5? 5.5. I already got 5.5. Go for 5.5, 5.25. And a quarter down here, and I sort of thing. $500 for my number 10. Number 10 is number 46. Here's an idea. Right here. It's a 3. How much we're gonna go? Can you get straps them up? 4. 3.5, 4, 4.5. Now 5. How about 5? No half. How about a half 6? How about 6? Mr. King last time, but Mr. King. 5, 7, and 6, and a quarter. And a quarter, 6 over here. How about 6 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, down here. Quarter is now half. Now 75. 675. 675, 6 and a half here. How about 675? I'm gonna go 675, no 7, 7, not quarter. And a quarter. He likes to call it 7. 7 and a quarter, and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, and a quarter here, and I'm going to start at 700. Number 8 is the volume. And here's number 47, go to your Cadillac. The manuscript is 800 bucks. How about 400 bucks on the caddy? How about 4? You want to go 4? No half? How about 4.5? I do. 4, 4.5, 4.5. 4.5, 4 and a quarter, 4.5, 475. How about 475? Now 5, 500, now quarter. And a quarter fine is over here, now a quarter. How about 5 and a quarter, and a quarter here, and a quarter, and a quarter down here, down half, 5.5. No 75. How about 75? 575. How about 575? 600. How about 6? How about 6? Now quarter. How about 6 and a quarter, 6 over here, 6 and a quarter, and a quarter down here, a quarter down here, and I'm going to sell it time outside. And $6. And so what's your number? 2 feet, 1 feet, okay? Here's number 140 here. That's over. The man, sugar around, side of tiger, what do you say? Hey, give me about 700. How about 7? Wait, 3.5. I'm going to be in number 3.5. How about 350, so we're paying 325, and it's 6, right? Here's 49, here's a 210,000. Over 100, figure around here, what do you say to that? It's less than up. I got three and a quarter. How about three and a quarter and a quarter, three and a quarter, you get the limit? How much three and a quarter and a half, or you 50, 75? How about 75 and a four, 400 and a quarter? And a quarter, four, see, a quarter, and a half, 75. How about 475, 500 and a quarter? And a quarter, miles over here, count a quarter, 5 and a half. How about 5 and a half, 5 and a half, 75? How about 75? We're going to go past 75, 600. And now a quarter, how about 625? How about 6 and a quarter? I'm slide at 6. How about 6 and a quarter and a quarter and a quarter down here? Now it's over time. $600, but about number 8. Here's cover. Here's a reading on the shelf. That's a C 25. Quarter time. Should go on the next, take it on. How about this will try 800? How about then hit one? She said, please take a quarter. How much we're going to quarter this area? Take a quarter, huh? How about we have like 50, 70 pounds? We'll go 70 pounds. Everybody knows we're not quarter. And a half. And a half. Each quarter. That's right. 4.5. 75. And a 5. And a quarter. That's 5 on site. A quarter half. 75. And now 6. How about 6? No quarter. 6 and a quarter. 6 and a half. How about a half? 650, 75. We'll go 75. And 7. How about 7? I'm going to go 7, 700, and a quarter, 7 quarter, on 7. How about 7 quarter and a quarter here, and 7 quarter and a half? How about a half? I'll do. I have 7 quarter, 7 and a half, guys. How about 750? Okay, now 75. 75, money 7 and a half here. How about 775? He says no, and I say sold. That's 750 on line, okay? Number 51, what's that? The manager, I could give you about 900. How about 900 bucks? He said 3 quarters. And a half, 70 pounds, and a 4.5, and 5.5, and 6. How about 6? He's probably half here. 6? 6 on one, no half, no 7. How about 7? No half, no 8. How about doing it here, 800, now 8. It's 7.5 right here. How about doing here, 75, now 8, now 40. Okay? I got 8 right here. You guys all together? Okay, I got you guys at 8 right here. 8 and a half. 8, 75. Now 9, a quarter. Now half. How about a half? About a half, 75, 1,000. And now a quarter, then now a half. And a half, pounds at 50, 50 pounds and 20 pounds. Pounds at 50, 75, 11. And now a quarter. Now I got to in the front row. How about another quarter, a quarter, now half, and now 75. And now 12, and now 12 and a quarter, and now 12 and a half, 13, now a half, 14, 14, 13 and a half here. How about 14, 14, we got 14, you're out. How about 13, 75, 75, now 14, not 40. I have 14 here and now, 40, and a half, your turn, 14 and a half, 14 and a half, and now 75. How about 75, now 15. 15. How about 15? You're gonna go 15, 15, no half. I got 15 here in the front row. 15 here, the 15, you can have 16. How about 16? How about 16? Hey, it's your turn again. How about 16? No half. How about half? I got 16, 16 and a half. How about 16? How about 50, 50 now? 17. Oh, don't put so easy. 16 and a half, 17, and he says no, and I say so. At 1650, oh, we like that. Here we go. Hey, 30 bucks. John, it goes wrong. Quarter how they manage, check it around, 900. Who bid 900 bucks to start? 9, now half, now 1,000, now half. How about half? I got you 1,000. 1,050, 11, and 50, and 12. And 50, and 13, and a 50, and 14, and a 50, 15, and a half, 16, now half, 17, and a half, 18, 18, you're gonna go 18, and a half, 18, 50 right here, 19, now a half, and 2, How about 2 grand? Now a half, and now one, now a half. 21 and a half over here, 22, 22 and a half, 23. How about 23? Now a half, now 4. How about 24? Need a half. 24 and a half, 5, 25, now a half. 25 and a half, your turn. And 26. How about 26? 26 another, 25 and a half, 6 and a half. How about a half? 26 out of 50, 26 over here. How about 26 out of 50, 27, now 50. And the 15, gotta go through right again, 27 and a half, and now 8. Your turn, 28, and a half, and a half. Watch me, I'll watch him. I got 28 here, got a half. And now 29. How about 29? Now a half, 29 and a half. How about 29, 50, 50, 50, 50 here, now 3 grand. How about 3, you gotta go 3 times, and down in that one. How about 31? How about the poker table? 31. How about 31? Gotta go 1, gotta go 1 down here. So we go there for 3,000, you got 3,000. You got every time there's some hours. You just like, this is, here's what, three becomes all, you got, that's right. For a hundred man, regular line here, then you're gonna be about 600. You said maybe 3.25, 75. You said 375, now 400, 4, and the 40, 40, I got a half and a quarter's here, 450 here, and now 75, now 5, 500, now 5, now quarter, now 5, 5 and a half, 75. Stretch it out, 575, 6, but 6, 600, 6 and a quarter. They were back on saying 6, 6 and a quarter, half, 75. So that's enough. 675, 6 and a half, 675 total. 650 online, okay? All right, here, 4, here's an order, land. Sugar, another magic sugar right here, and up on the top. I'm a kind of girl, where he said, please, how much for the quarter here, need a quarter down, and a half, 75, a quarter and a half, and 5 and a half, and 6 and a half, and 7 and a half, and 8. How about 800 right here, and a half, and 9, there you go, $900, even that right here. I need 9 right here, now half, now 1,000, and 1,000. So yes, now half, now 11. I'm 11, 10 and a half right here, I need 11. I'm 11, 11 right here, and a half, right here, and a half. I'm 12, and a half, now 13. I'm 13, 13, 13, gotta go 13, gotta go 13, and I, overtime. For 1258 to 149, 149, number 55. And here, 60, and W, right? Automatic, which is like 3 grand?
No, 300.
Oh, come on, man. I thought we were friends. What's wrong with you? 4?
Yeah.
4 and a quarter. How about 4 and a quarter? And now a half. And then 75, and a quarter, and a half. 75, 6, and a quarter. And a quarter. Hey, they're still friends in March, man. I got 6 in the back door. 6 and a quarter. 6 and a quarter, and a half, and 75. I got 75. I got 7 here. 7 and a quarter. 7 and a half. How about a half? 7 and a quarters in the front row.
900.
900.
No, that's us. We had 7 and a quarter.
You said 9.
No, 7 and a quarter. Is us.
No. I already had a quarter. Gotta go half.
Got 750.
Okay, 75. 7 and a half right here. 75. I like your stuff, man. That's all. I got 7 and a half, 75, 75. Charlie, 75. No. So I'm gonna try. For 750, 750. Let's see, 161. I don't care. Who wants?
166.
Yes. I'll be looking for you. Here's 50 cents. Says no.
I'll talk about it.
I'm the quarter guy. Take it around the corner, automatic, stick it right here. Give me left down how much? 3. Take it a quarter. I'm gonna take it a quarter, half, 5 and a half, 75, 6 and a half, and 7. I got 7 and a half, and 8 and a half, and nine, about nine and a half, $1,000 and a half. Three hundred times, 50, 40. How about for the tens over here, 10 a quarter down here, we have solar tank. For 1,000 even, dollars 140. 140, uh-huh. It's a lot on how much. Yeah, it's all how to manage this on here. Something good. Okay, the time to be three and a quarter.
140 and 166, please come up and pay.
Yes, sir, they're looking for you at the window there.
140 and 166.
He's coming right now. Fire 140, he's in the back. Charles, they're looking for you at the window, okay? I got four and a half, now 75, five. How about $500, 500, 475, five and a quarter. How about five, I got five on the side. How about five and a quarter, okay, and a half, 550, 75. How about 75, I got 575, six. How about 600, gonna be 600, six. I got 575, six, and a quarter. And a quarter, one-sided section, huh? How about 6 and a quarter, okay, and a half, 650, and 75. How about 75, gonna go 675, $700, no seven. How about seven? How about seven and a quarter? How about seven over here now? How about seven and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, okay, and a half, 7 and a quarter. How about 750, and a 50, and a 50, here, one, two, 725, hey, Charles, they're looking for you. Yelling at me and if you don't move on, okay? Hey, somebody, not 117, where you at?
117.
Steve,
117, come up and pay.
117, where you at?
117.
Is he in line? Okay, I think that may be him. All right, here we go, guys. Here's a 2012 Honda Accord. All right, that's a number 58 car. Somebody get five and a quarter. Five and a quarter, five and a half. How about 550, right there now? 75, 600 and a quarter and a half. How about 100, 650, 625, 675 online, now 7 and a quarter and a half. 75, now 8 and a quarter, and a half, and 75, now 900 and a quarter and a half, and 75, $1,000 and a half, now 11 and a half, and 12, and a half, and 13, and a half, and 14, and a half, 15, and a half, 16, 16, now half, and a half, 17, and a half, and 18, and a half, and 19, how about 19, and 18 and a half over here. How about 19? How about 19? You got 19? What? Soda thing. 1850. Let's put them on number 8, right? Here, number 59. What's the number 60? Right, forward on, damage. We're going to how about that? We said regular quarter. Regular quarter and a half. How about 350, regular, 75, 400 and a half. 4 and a half, now 5, you're gonna go 5 and a half, and 6, and a half, and 7 and a half, and 8 and a half. So you have about 50, 50, you go to 9, 4 and a half. How about a half, what is it? 950, 925. How about 950, 50, 950, okay, Eric, and you have 75. How about 75, we're gonna go 75, 975. How about 975, and we're 1,000, and now a quarter, everybody, come on, let's go. How about 10 and a quarter, 10 here. How about 10 and a quarter, 8 and a quarter? Uh-huh. How about a half, now 75, now 11, now quarter, and a half, 11 and a half, 11 and a quarter is over here, 11 and a half, and 75, now 12. How about 12, 11, 75 here, I need 12. How about 12, we're gonna go 1200, 1200, right there in that quarter, and that quarter, there's just like old babies, you know that? I got 12 over there, 12 and a quarter. So on what side? At 12, $100 an hour, okay, no more old babies here, okay? 131, 131, rooms, right? Here's 60, that's a 110, take a clear shot. Okay, right here, we're gonna do 100, this is 3, 4. How about they're gonna quarter me a quarter and a half, 75, and quarter and a half, and 5.5, 6.5, and 7.5, and 8.5, no 9.5, no 1,000.5, no 11.5, no 12. How about 12? 11.5 here, you need 12, 12.5. 13.5, 14.5, 15.5, 16.5, 17.5, 18.5, 19.5, 2 grand, 20.5, 21, 21.5, 22, 22.5, 23, 23.5, 24, 24.5, 25, 25.5, 26.5, 1.5, and 7.5, and 8, 28.5, and 9.5, and 3, now 1, 31, I got 31, 32, 33, and 32. How about 33, you're gonna go 30 down here at our solar panel. 3,200 to 122, 3,200 to 122, okay? Here's number 61. All right. Here's number, okay? All right, here we go, 61. Here comes 2014 Nissan. The MV 200 model there, guys. We've got about 1,500. 15. Which one? Ready? I have 8, 9, 1,000, no ready. 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, about 18, 19, 2 grand, 21, 22, about 2, 3, 4, about 24, 5, 26, about 26, 7, now 8, and 28, and 29, about 9, you gotta go 9, you gotta go 9, 28 here. About 29, you gotta go 900 here, we have 9, 3 grand. About 3, you gotta go 3 grand, 29. About 3, you want 3 grand, 31. 31, 30, 31, 32. I can't take cash, it's 32, 33, 33, 33, hold on. How about 33, and let's sell them over here. For $3,200. Sir, what's your number again? 117, that's right, 117, okay? Here's, okay, cool. Yeah, 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 that's it. 62 is on the level, okay? How you down zone, quarter out of them, straight to the right, here gets what? 80 down the each other here, okay? Hey, you put it down here, down, pound is down the way. Well, you 6, 6, 6.25, 6.5, no 7. I got 7.5, and 8.5, and 9. I got 9, no half, no $1,000, and no half, 1,100. I'm 11, no half over here, 12, no half. I got a half, 13, but 13 and a half, 14 and a half, and 15. I got 15, gotta go 15, no half. I got a half, and 16, gotta be 16. How about 16, 16, gotta be 16 and a half. And a half over here, I got 16 over here. How about 16, how about 50, 50, 50, 50, down here, we have soda can for $1,600. So what's your number back there? 97, okay? 97, coming up. Number 63, here comes the 99, that's the guys. Okay, for the bench, straight in the room, we can see the net long, how much time to go, time to go. What time? I got 3, 3.5. I got 350, 50, 350, 50, that's 75. How about 75, each 3.5, 75, quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter grams, I got 4.25, 75, how about 75, 500 and a half. So, and 75. Come on, there, people, 575, every one, 575, here, so the time, at 550, number 1. All right, here's number 1. Yes, sir. Okay. All right, here's 64, here's 2013. Automatic, take a look around here, we'll look on in here. Police said 3.25, 4.5, now 5.5, and a half, 5.5, here comes the auction, 5.5, 6.5, 6.5. I got 6.5, 6.25, 6.5, 75, no 7.
Yep.
I got 7.25, 7.25, 7 here, 7.25. That's 4.5, 75, how you roll off? 75? Okay, 75 each, and then 100 each, my quarter, 825, and a half, no 75, 875, and 9, up at 9, gonna go 900, up at 9 here, 9 here, 9 and numbers, is going to flip a coin. Not yet. Now it's so,
I
875
have 875 online.
online, uh-oh. Hey, hold on. I have 875 online, you gotta go 9. Not quarter, not a half, not a half, not 75, not 1,000. 1,000. Is that yes?
He's got, there's 1,000
1,000,
online.
not quarter, and a half, and now 75. How about 75? He's 1,050 in the middle here. 1,075, and now we're 11. How about 11 and a quarter? 11, so you're 11 and a quarter, 11 and a half, 11 and a half, 75. 175, 12, not quarter, now you're on small. I'll get 12 on line, 12 and a quarter, a quarter half, 12 and a half, 12.75, 12.75 and 13, now quarter, not quarter, I got 13, 13 and a quarter, and a quarter, solar thing right there. 1,300, 1,300, you guys did like old ladies, man. What's your number there, okay? 140, good line, good, so that, here's 65, here's 800. We got 2. We're gonna quarter half, 75. 375, 4, not quarter. And a quarter, hold into the back row. 4.5, no 5. 5, 5, no 5. 5.5, 5 here, need a half, quarter, now half. 5.5, one line up, 5.25, 5.5, 75. 575 online, 600 now quarter. I will say, see, I put the quarter half, 6.5, 6, that must be too high, that should be basic. 6.5, 6.5, 75. I got 6.5 here, 675 online, no set, no quarter. How about 7.25, 7 here, 7.5, 75. How about 75, 800, 800, 8. Gotta go here, numbers on my 41 line, 765, that's right here, 66, so that's one. Hey, link over here, guys, right? Working hard on that, so there was what time, all time there, 5 and above, 5, 6, 6, each side, 5 and a half on that section, 1 high on that 7, and a half, 1,000, and a half, 1,000, 1,050, 11. How about 11, how about 11, 11, every man for himself, 11, 11 and a half on. I got 12, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 13. How about 13, 13, hey guys, don't do that now. I got 12 and a half over here, 13, oh, 75, 13 and a half, 14, 14 and a half, 15, there, 15, 15, now a half, 16, how about 16, money's 16 and a half. 16, whatever 16, whatever 16, and I solar thing right here for 1550, 1550. Let's see what he's got. What's the number again? 6. Over 141, 141. All right. Here comes the one. We're going to do something. 600. I got 2.5, 275. 275, I'm gonna get 270 for 75 here, we have solar tank, $250, number 60, so there. 68, 2014. How about time to go here, 5 of us? How about $5.50? How about $5.50 there? How about quarter? $5.25 here out. How about $5.25 down here, we silver tank. $500 from my number 10. Number 10 is limited to 500. Hey guys, thanks for coming out tonight. Bear with us since we had a crazy week. We did have to get the stars out till tomorrow. So, anyways, we appreciate you coming out. Don't forget, next Tuesday we'll do this all over again, okay?
Let's see if we got
Thank you very much.
If that nigga make my key.